Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at WRFL. The frequency is a cool 88.1 megahertz with winds coming in all the way to the left. The in-flight entertainment for this journey has been provided by Radio Free Lexington, your only alternative left. For your safety and comfort, please stay tuned with your seatbelts fastened until the plane comes to a complete stop. Please check around your seat for any commercial radio trash you may have brought on board with you and deposit it in the bin as you disembark from the aircraft. On behalf of RFL Airlines and the entire crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you tuned in again soon.
Hello, Lexington. We've got Bryant Carter on tonight, so let's roll in and rock out here on WRFL Lexington.
Just think of all you've been through, those crazy times you've lived through. Now go on now, seek it true. Never did see you like that. I never did like your ways. You always seem to come crawling right back. You always help them find a way. They toss and turn and go looking for you. They're slowly blind and needing help for sure. All I know is that I got for you. I lost some and don't want to lose no more. Don't let it take you down. Oh no, can't take your life for no gamble, Lexington. Breathing dry while you drown. Oh no, you don't even want to taste it. Gotta go learning the hard way. Find a mirror and look in your eyes. The one thing you're chasing so hard right now might be your demise. Don't look back, look straight forward. Do you see a change in your life? All I know is that it hit me. You spoke to me in my dreams that night. Don't let it take you down. Oh no, can't take your life for no gamble. You're breathing dry while you drown. Oh no, you don't even want to taste it. Don't let it take you down. Oh no, can't take your life for no gamble. You're breathing dry while you drown. Oh no, no. Can't take your life for no gain. Breathe dry while you drown. Oh no. Taste. Don't let it take you down. Oh no. Can't take your life for no gain. Breathe dry while you drown. Oh no. You spoke to me in my dreams that night.
So really bluesy.
Thank you. Yes, it's a strong influence. Blues is like, I think blues was the first major influence, and then the rock influences and the pop and hip hop and R&B all came in there. So a lot of my stuff's really like kind of versatile, kind of like, you know, stuff like Prince did back in the day, and even some new people now. A guy at work recently was telling me about this guy, Bryant Upchurch or something, and I was listening to some of his stuff, and he kind of mixes it up too. I like how a lot of people are doing that now.
Yeah. So for all the people listening, can you just introduce yourself? Kind of tell people who you are, where you're from?
My name is Bryant Carter, and I have a solo project going called the Bryant C Project. I started it back in 2011. I put out my first album then, and it's a self-titled The Bryant C Project, and I also have an EP out called Pay the Price, and an album I put out last year called The Bryant C Project 2. And you can find me on Spotify just under The Bryant C Project. That's Bryant C Project. The best spot is my website, thebryantcproject.net. That has links to take you to my YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, all that type of stuff. And, originally from Maryland, but now I'm here in Kentucky. And, you know, I'm feeling something.
Yeah. How did you get here from Maryland?
Family.
Yeah.
I used to always visit when I was younger, and I guess about 10 years back, my mom moved out here to help her parents out, and I moved out here to help her, and then, you know, my son was on the way, so I was like, I'm staying definitely. Before that, I was bouncing back and forth from here to California, just, you know.
To California?
Yeah.
So you've been from East Coast all the way to West Coast, bouncing back in the Midwest.
And I'm glad to still be here.
That's good to hear, because I like to think that Lexington has like a pretty strong music community. Have you found that, do you think?
I have found that here. I think the music scene's changed here some since maybe back in 2011, 2012. Not necessarily in a bad way. But I'd say, you know, Lexington has a good scene. Louisville has a cool scene.
Yeah.
Richmond, there's a lot of good talent out there. You know, up in northern Kentucky, up in Covington, I played up there before and like that. But there's still new places I'd like to get out and play as well around this area. Also, Frankfort, they have a place out there called the Brick Alley. It's pretty fun to play at.
Yeah. Do you like to play with acts similar to your own, or do you like to whoever's out there? As long as they're cool, who do you like to play with?
As long as I'm feeling their music, I'm not too picky with that because my stuff is pretty versatile.
Yeah.
I don't always change it for the people I might be playing with, but for example, my last show was back in the beginning of April at I think the Paddy Wagon in Richmond, and I was opening up for a rapper from New York, Chucky Campbell. And with that set, I kind of mixed it up. I have some, kind of hip-hop stuff with guitar on it, and I did some slow stuff and, rocked them out a little bit. But they got rowdy, and I loved it. I just fed off that. Those college kids were into it, and I liked that.
Yeah. So where did this idea to bridge guitar and hip-hop come from? Like, is it just...
I haven't done that so much. I kind of mentioned it because the next track that I'm actually going to be putting out, I'm hoping to get back in the studio hopefully by next week or so, but sometime between now and the end of the month, that's gonna be something like kind of over a beat with some guitar stuff with it. My earlier stuff's more like rock driven,
but there's a
Yeah.
lot of influences, and it depends what I'm writing about too. You know, if it's a certain topics, I'll prefer to do a rock song with it or a bluesy type song. But certain topics, they just come out over a beat, and I'm like, okay, this would be more of a hip hop oriented track. Throw some guitar on
Yeah.
it, mix it all up, and throw everyone off. And you know, they don't. When I came out, people were calling the genre like rock and soul.
Rock and soul.
Rock and soul.
That's good. I
that,
like
and it
that
kind of
too.
just came back to me. But yeah, so I guess I just go by what I'm feeling with it. And at
Yeah.
this point, that's what I want to do next, and have some other ideas for some things. Actually, I have a backup. After I get this next song done, I have another one ready to go too. This year, I really want to get back to my consistency with my music.
Yeah.
So
With the kind of rock and soul, what kind of artists do you think really influenced that direction?
that direction, I would say people like Jimi Hendrix, groups like Living Color,
Yeah.
Prince. There's a lot of 70s influence. Like, I like Zeppelin and people like that, but I also like, you know, a lot of 90s stuff. I like Alice in Chains. I like
Yeah.
Nirvana, and I like Soundgarden, Rage Against the Machine. They had a little hip hop in there, but then I have a lot of hip hop artists I like Tupac and, you know,
Yeah.
Wu-Tang and Bone Thugs and Harmony. I like some of the new people too, but I like
Yeah.
more of the older stuff better. I like some of the new hip hop artists like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar and people like that, and I like some
Yeah.
of the new rock artists like what is Arctic Monkeys, Highly Suspect, and this other new group that's out now. I can't remember their name though, but yeah, I'm feeling some of the new stuff. I'm definitely influenced by more of the older stuff.
Yeah. What are we about to hear next?
Next, I'm gonna play a song called "Let Go," and it kind of fuses that. We actually did this song over a beat and add some guitar to it and put some vocals with it, and it kind of
Yeah.
came out in its own style. The song's called "Let Go." Here it's gonna be, you know, guitar and vocals. It's just a solo performance tonight, but on my site right now at the BryantCProject.net, you can hear the full studio version of this song, and there's also a music video for this song up there as well. So
Oh,
it's
rock
just
and
something
roll.
to check out.
Yeah, for sure. Let's get into it, man. Excited to
Alright.
hear it.
Remember how it felt when we first met? It seemed like a dream that I never left. But things are different and gone for now. You left me something else to get over, and I don't know how. No, I don't know how. Standing right here in my face and like it's okay. I try to forget, but when I see you, it reminds me of yesterday. But you won't let me go, you swear you won't do no more wrong. I just wanna let you go, but I just seem to still hold on. You standing right here in my face and like it's okay, okay. You seem to really want what we had back. No, I can't deliver, no, I can't do that. Just things are different, not like before. Once the truth comes out, it's like answers at your door. Answers at your door. You standing right here in my face and like it's okay. I try to forget, but when I see you, it reminds me of yesterday. But you won't let me go, you swear you won't do no more wrong. I just wanna let you go, but I just seem to still hold on. You standing right here in my face and like it's okay, okay. Yeah, that's "Let Go." I cut it a little short because there's like some beat stuff we do on the
Yeah.
original track. I didn't want to give it all away, but like I said, you can hear that full version on the BryantCProject.net. It's available everywhere you get your digital music, and we had fun with the music video, so you might want to check that out too.
Yeah, what kind of vibe did you go with the music video? I'm just curious.
With that music video, it really explains the song. The song was written about like relationship stuff. Do you want to let go? Should I not? There's actually a question mark at the end of the title.
Yeah.
So the music video kind of portrays that a little bit. There's some performance clips in there, but we hired pretty great model for that video. Somebody, Seneca Anderson out of Winchester, he's got something going called 5-Star Advertisement. He brought in one of his models, and we used her in the video, and it came out really good.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about your songwriting process? Like, do you start with the music or write? Yeah, go ahead.
Usually, it depends. Usually, I start with the music. Usually, the guitar riffs will come first, and then I'll write lyrics to it and have that ready. And when I go in the studio, I'll lay down the guitar track and we'll put some bass and drums over it. Sometimes keyboards, sometimes even saxophone. You never know. And then lay the vocals after that. But if it's a deeper subject and I really just want to get what I'm feeling out, I'll just go on and write those lyrics down. And sometimes I'll write the music around that. But usually the music comes first.
Yeah. How do you come up with the music? Is it kind of like, do you sit down and write notes on a staff, or do you just kind of jam out?
Usually, I'll just be playing around on the guitar, and I'll be like, ooh, I like that, and I'll just play it for a while and just drill it in.
Yeah.
Sometimes, with the phones now, I'll just take a quick video clip on the phone, have it there, and have it to use. But lately, I've just been coming up with it and drilling in my head and write the lyrics and go with it from there. Now, if it's a beat, that takes, not that I mind the work, but it takes a lot off the process because you've already got that beat right there. Like the next track I'm going to be releasing, I don't want to say too much about it, like the name or anything. I mean, I can't wait to release it. It's probably the most personal thing I've ever written. Someone was telling me, they were like, you're pretty excited about this. And I'm like, it's pretty deep. But with that one, I had the beat there and I knew what I wanted to write about. So I was pretty much just, sometimes the music brings the lyrics out too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll write a riff and I don't know what I'm going to write the song about, but it'll just give me an idea what to write about. And that's how I come up with, different songs. Some songs are about, people with addiction things going on, family stuff, relationships, your life story, or just going out and having a good time.
Yeah. Well, what are the lyrics kind of about in this next song that we're going to hear?
This next song is actually called Project Blues. It's another one from my most recent album. It's kind of like the back and forth thing with a girl. You might say, okay, this is it, but you just keep on coming right back around.
Yeah.
That's actually what this one's about.
Yeah, well, let's get into it.
All right.
I don't need you, girl. I don't need your ways. I don't want your cold heart. You like to drive me insane, but every time I try to leave you, I just keep coming right back round again. I see the way you move, with always excuses for your part, 'cause all you like to do is play games, but you never take the loss. But if you think you got a fool this time, well, don't be surprised when I cut you off. You got me all figured out this time. You've been so dumb when I'm seeing right through your lies. I should have seen this all back in the day, but I was a fool just trying to find this way, yeah. I got you figured out this time. Or should I go my way? You saying, baby, I'll change, but still showing me them same ways. You say maybe I think too much, but love's a dangerous thing. You say I've changed, but you have too, and we're still making love. Don't we wanna do? Oh, babe, who knows what we're gonna do? But can I get the truth this time, with anything coming from you? Don't think you got me all figured out this time. Why play so dumb when I'm seeing right through your lies? I should have seen this all back in the day, but I was a fool just trying to find his way. Don't think you got me all figured out this time. Why play so dumb when I'm seeing right through your lies? I should have seen this all back in the day, but I was a fool just trying to find his way, yeah.
Sorry, it threw me off because like I saw you get up and do something, and I am no sound person, so I'm always like, what's going on? I don't understand.
Yeah, I
what's
went and
happening.
switched the channel while I was fading out for the next one. But I thought about something before we got into that. You were asking about how the songs with the beat and everything goes.
Yeah.
That song, when I made, that was the first time I really got to do a track like that. I wanted to combine the bluesy rock vibe with just like hip hop bass and samples and stuff. And when I went in the studio with this guy, his name was Troy. I went in the studio with him, and when I was doing the riffs, he kept saying, "No, but if it's a rock blues track, you gotta do it like this." And I'm like, "That's exactly what I don't want to do. I want to fuse them together." So he showed me how everything worked, and he let me make the beat. So it was pretty cool. We laid the guitars down for that, and then we were just kind of sampling and laid the beat for that. So that's another one. If you go on the BryantCProject.net or wherever and find it, that track, you'll hear the guitar riff, but you'll also hear a beat, some clap snare in the background. It's a pretty cool mixed up track. Always gets good reactions live and everything, and a fun one to do. And
What do you think your favorite song that you've written has been?
Right now, it's it might be the next one that I'm about to release, but as far as what's out right now, it might be this track called "The World's Gone Away."
Yeah.
It was one where I wanted to take my plan to the next level on on the songs that I was putting out, and Prince had just passed away, and I was watching his performance a lot from one of the Hall of Fame things, I think, when he was playing with Tom Petty and some other people. They were doing "While My Guitar Gently Weeps," and his solo just blew me away with that night. And even George Harrison's son was up there playing with him, and he was just like in awe. I think Tom Petty looked at him like, "Okay, calm down." Prince looked at him and smiled, but it just that solo he did had a big influence on the solo I did for that song. But with that song, I released it a couple years ago, but it was one that I kind of started a while back and came back to it years later and finished it. And I don't know, that song really holds a special spot with me. I'm not doing that one tonight, but it's definitely on my website and everything. That was a hard question, though.
I like to keep them on their toes,
I like that, too.
So the album, like the first album that you put together back in 2011, what was it like to put together your first album?
It was exciting. I mean, it was just an exciting year altogether. I mean, that I was getting that recorded, and the album came out really about 20 days before my son was born. So it was just a light up year. It was just great.
Well,
But as far as and speaking of my son, his name's Elijah. In case he's listening, hey brother, Daddy loves you.
oh,
And but that was a great experience. I mean, I'd always wanted to do something like that.
yeah,
And before that happened, when I moved out here, I was trying to put together a band,
Yeah.
and I had these songs I was writing, and originally I was auditioning other vocalists, and I just wasn't hearing what I wanted. And I remember taking a drive to Maryland, had plenty of time to think, and I was at my little sister's graduation. The guy had a real inspiring speech, and I don't know, for some reason it just hit me. I was like, you like to sing, just write your lyrics and, see if you can play and sing them at the same time like you do your favorite covers and everything. And that's what I ended up coming back to do, and met a guy named Donnie in Winchester. He had a studio above one of the stores on Main Street, above Jams it was. And we started recording. I ended up finishing it with this guy named Josh Watson. Now he has something called Spectrum Entertainment, but it was fun and a big learning experience, and I'll never forget that, really.
yeah. What? Sorry, it just there's a phone call coming in, and I was like, what?
Somebody asked me, they were like, can we call in? I don't know. That might be them. What's up, Seth? That might be you.
Maybe. I like my attention is so easily distracted, and I'm just like, but
You got all this cool stuff around you.
Yeah.
This is the dream job.
so
right
so
here.
many visuals, and
Yeah.
I'm
look
also-
at all
I
types of
study-
musicians on the
yeah.
wall, signatures on the wall.
it's great. It brings the whole thing together.
Feels like home.
Kind of tying into your favorite song that you've written.
Mm-hmm.
Do you is it the same one, or do you have a different favorite song to play?
Okay, I like that. Favorite song to play could be on this set list. It might be one that I released last year called "Find My Way." I really like just the vibe of it. It's got a nice little raw feel to it, and it's just fun. The riffs and the way they go with the vocals and everything. It's kind of tone on tone. That might be one of my favorite songs to play live, actually.
Yeah. And what are we about to hear next?
Next, we're going to tone it down a little bit. It's a slow song. It's actually called Next Time Around. It's on my second album called Pay the Price, and I recorded that in Richmond with my buddy Freddie Handshoe. He's got something going called Jet Lane Productions. Great guy, great quality, really recognized. Actually, this past weekend, he had a picture up. He had the singer from Living Color in his studio doing some vocals, and I was like, what? That's pretty cool. But I recorded this one with him. We had a guy come in and do a saxophone part. I didn't really want to do a dragged out solo on this one. I wanted to do something different, and the guy came in and did a cool sax part, and that's actually on the studio recording. But that's what we're gonna get into.
All right, let's get kicking.
Maybe next time around, we don't have to close that door. Maybe next time around, things don't have to feel so sore. Maybe next time around, we can make things complete. Maybe next time around, maybe it can just be you and me. We got through so many trials and times. It makes me wonder what's next to see in life. Could we make it with one more try? Just let those honest feelings free and watch them fly. Maybe next time around, we don't have to close that door. Maybe next time around, things don't next time around, things don't have to feel so. Maybe next time around, we can make things complete. Maybe next time around, maybe it can just be you and me.
Man, I love that.
You do?
Yeah, I love the guitar, the solo pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I took a beginner's guitar course,
Uh-huh.
and I knew guitar was you know, a challenge to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
but trying to learn the guitar took on a whole new dimension of respect. Like it's crazy how fast like a human being's fingers can move up and down the neck of the guitar. Like, it's just incredible to watch.
It just takes that. Thank you. It just takes that practice and having a love for it. Not like,
Yeah.
oh, I got to pick this thing up, but I want to pick this thing up. And,
Yeah.
you know, just starting from back middle school, coming home to an empty house. So I just play guitar, you know, for hours on end and,
Yeah.
you know, keeping up with it. But that solo was actually, Ace Frehley's one of my favorite guitar player. Actually, my favorite guitar player, not one of, but I really liked his work on when Kiss did their Unplugged album, the
Yeah.
acoustic, you know, no bombs, none of all that, just stripped down music. And he did a solo on the acoustic over a song Peter Criss sings called Beth, and I loved it. And when I wrote this, I was kind of in that vibe. It doesn't sound the same, but it just has that vibe.
Yeah.
And this is also a fun song to play on like an acoustic or a 12-string acoustic. Really,
Yeah.
you know, fills it up. But that's on that second album, Pay the Price, and you all can definitely hear that at the BryantCProject.net. We got a saxophone solo that kicks in actually after the guitar solo. When you heard those chords just keep going, that sax is just riding out, and you know,
Nice.
great production on that from Jet Lane, and you know, we had a good time doing that. We really
Yeah.
did.
Oh, and speaking of, this may end up being a long or short question depending on how you answer, but what's your favorite and least favorite part of making an album?
My favorite part is, wow, just really everything. Just going in, you know, taking what you've worked so hard on, sitting on your couch or on your bed and whatever, and hearing it from that rough demo stage that you just do on your phone to in the studio after it's mixed and mastered. I mean, the things I've learned so much from working with different people recording as far as mixing and mastering and what this does and that does, and it gives me an idea of what I want. And you know, that's my favorite part. My least favorite part, I don't think I have a least favorite part. I know patience is a virtue, but I just can't wait to get that stuff out so we can get started.
Yeah.
But I also want the time to go in that's needed to make it the way it should be. My least favorite part of making an album,
I've heard from
that's the best I could do with that, I think, as far as that answer. I won't say making an album. Right now I'm going to start back doing singles as well. Like the next thing that's going to come out is going to be a single. And I had the lyrics for this song. The next one that's going to come out, they've been ready since like January. But, things come up in your personal life going on and everything. And
Yeah.
sometimes you have to wait a little bit before you can get back in, especially if you want to get back with the right person. You could just go anywhere, but if something's that important, you want to go to
Yeah.
the right person. Sometimes I don't like the waiting on my part, not even on someone else, but just, the waiting on my part to get back in. But that's life. I think, it just makes it that much better once it all comes out, makes it that much more special. It's something that you were really looking forward to when, when that prize is out, it's a good feeling.
Yeah, for sure. Let's hop back into the music and let people know what they're about to hear.
Okay, this next one is something I put out last year on my third album, the Bryant C Project 2. It's actually, you were asking what one of my favorites was to play, and this is one of them, especially with the band. It really, it's got a drive and rock hard punch to it, and I had fun with the solo. It's one about battling temptations and just finding your way through life. And we'll get right into it.
Yeah.
I see you move. I know the damage that you've come to do. You want to deceive us all, but I'm just waiting to see your downfall. You think you're so good, you just want everything, just up to no good. You're just so tempting, but I'm gonna be a new man today. And I really don't care what you say. Yeah, I'm gonna go and just find my way. Yeah, I'm gonna go and just find my way. You make me sick, I make you weak, you can't catch a breath. But you just hide in lies. You wanna seduce us all in compromise. You know just what you are. You don't stop trying. Don't need you in this life. Once you subside, but I'm gonna be a new man today. And I really don't care what you say. Yeah, I'm gonna go and just find my way. Yeah, I'm gonna go and just find my way. find my way. Yeah, I'm gonna go and just find my way. And just find my way.
Really jamming.
Yeah, that one, I had a lot of fun doing that. I mean, that's one of my more recent songs, and if you keep playing and playing, you grow with that. So I felt like I got to show a little more of that when I was doing that song. We recorded that one with a buddy Daniel Lager out of Mount Sterling. He had a place called Lions Den Studio. We actually cut that track in one night. Had a good time with it. There's also a music video for that one on my site, the BryantCProject.net. Shout out to Skunk Photography for doing that. We had a good time doing that. We actually filmed the video not far from here, right in Lexington, like probably across the street. I think at that parking garage on the rooftop.
Yeah.
The one across from the transit station.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I know exactly where that is. Yeah, that's a cool place.
Yeah, it felt right for the vibe and what I was picturing for it, and I like how it came out. We had a good time with that.
Yeah.
It had that. It has more of that '90s influence in there, a little Alice in Chains influence on that, and some other things. But I got to get out what I wanted to say, because it's always a battle in life, with temptations and things like that. And I wanted to write about that, and I like how it came out with that one.
Yeah. What kind of themes are we gonna hear in the next song? Because I want to make sure that we get to like all the music you have. So.
Oh yeah, this next one is more of a slow song. It's called Goodbye. It's actually a sequel to the first Goodbye I did. There's a Goodbye release and then a Goodbye Part 2. And the reason is I was actually in the middle of recording the song Project Blues that I played earlier, and I found out one of my favorite musicians, Chris Cornell, had passed away, and I was pretty bummed out about that, and I just didn't expect it. And I remember one night I was just laying there and these lyrics started coming to me, so I just wrote them down, and before I knew it, I had that page, and I was like, I've got a full song here. And then I got up, put some guitar to it, and I asked my buddy, I was like, I know we're in the middle of recording Project Blues, but with the circumstances, can we just record this track? It's just guitar and vocals, it's personal, it's intimate. And that first one, that's all it was. He even asked, he said, do you want to put anything else with it, drums or anything? And I told him not this time. And about a year went by, and when I was finishing up the album, I wanted to do a part 2 with actual, drums and bass and everything like that. I just wanted the first one to be, more intimate and raw with what I was feeling. And it's not necessarily just about him. I wanted to write it in a way where anyone that's lost one of their favorite musicians, it's a song that they can relate to. And it's just about, keeping their music with us, and that's a way of keeping them close with us.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to hear it. Can't wait.
Great. I'll get right into it.
You are gone. Feels like my childhood friends are gone. You are wrong. And now I let melody carry on and say so long. We won't be long before we're all gone. But until then, I'll remember you, my friend. That's all the music in our hearts. That way we'll never have to part. Memories in the sky, and I know you're asking why we have to say goodbye. Say so long, and I'll remember every song. Voice of an angel still haunts me. Favorite Words can't be replaced, but we feel your trace, a sweet memory. And I'd say you left your grace, can't fill this void, but I'll cherish the empty space that's on the music and ours. That way we'll never have to part. Memories in the sky, and I know we're asking why we have to say goodbye. Goodbye.
And that is goodbye.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you find that a lot of similar themes come up when you're writing songs?
A lot of similar themes.
Yeah, like
What I'll write about.
yeah.
For a while I did. For a while it seemed like it was mostly about things with relationships and whatnot. And then I started thinking, I wanted to open it up more. So, I know people might battle with addictions, and I wanted to write about that. And I have a song called Can't Take It. I'm not playing it tonight, but it was inspired after that Sandy Hook shooting,
Yeah.
the school shooting. And my son was just born not long ago after that. And I actually knew what it felt like to be a parent then. And I was like, man, I can't imagine
Yeah.
how these people are feeling. And then not only that, but just things going on in the news and what's going on. So, I wrote Can't Take It about that and just different things. I mean, I wanted to eventually touch on things in my life too that I hadn't talked about. But a buddy at work one time was mentioning something. He's like, why don't you do like the diary of this or something like that? And that made me think, I've talked about all this other stuff, but I haven't dug deep down and personal within myself yet. And that's something that I don't mind getting out. It probably helps. And then people like hearing that stuff too.
Yeah. I think at least like in the last song you played, people have like a real connection.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to make it. I wanted it to be universal because people, we lose a lot of artists, and you feel like you grew up with them or you knew them, and it's just one that anyone can relate to with the lyrics. There's no one's particular name in it or anything like that. It's just like like when Bone Thugs and Harmony did Crossroads. When you see them live, they say this is for anyone that's lost someone. It's something that everyone can relate to. And I wanted to do something like that, something that everyone could relate to. And also it was something important to me so I could put my feeling in and just make it a good, honest song.
Yeah. So what are we going to hear next?
Next, we're on narrowing it down. We're going to hear the title track off my second album. Actually, it's called Pay the Price. And it's just about, paying the price for what you want in life. Sometimes it's a little more than you expect, but hey, you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. Thank you.
that you might want, which you think you may need, might not stand so quietly. You pay the price, pay the price, pay the price. You pay the price, pay the price, pay the price. You pay the price for what you owe. You think you need that, or maybe you should wait. Either way, you're gonna learn someday. Will you think next time, or will this be your last? Just remember that too will pass. 'Cause everything in life that you will see, everything in life will be all that you want, all that you need. In the end you will see. You pay the price, pay the price, pay the price. You pay the price, pay the price, pay the price. You pay the price for what you owe. You pay the price, pay the price, pay the price. You pay the price, pay the price, pay the price. You pay the price for what you owe. Price, pay the price. You pay the price, pay the price. You pay the price for what you owe. You pay the price, pay the price, pay the price. You pay the price, pay the price, pay the price. You pay the price for what you owe. The price, the price. Price for what I want. That is pay the price.
Killer, man.
Thanks. That's a real fun one to play live, like with the band too. That's the first time I've done that one like solo by myself, but it's just a rocker. And I seen you were up there moving, so I'm glad I'm using it to make you move.
Well, I mean, this is definitely my speed, you know, because I love all kinds of music.
But you got your favorites.
But yeah, I mean, it's like the blues and the rock, like the groove, I love. We've got about 5 minutes before.
I have one more.
That's good. So we have time for it.
Yeah. Actually, we do. It's
Oh, good.
It's my first single. It's one that a lot of people, some of their favorites. It's called "Face of a Thousand Words."
All right. Well, I want to make sure that we have time to hear it, so let's go ahead and get into it.
Okay, thank you.
Where we've been, look at what we've come to. What's left to defend, or is it all up to me and you? Why do you look this way? Words, but you've got nothing to say. Well, I could see it all just fine, distinguished through the eyes. Oh yeah. I don't know where we're going, I just know where don't have to hide no more. I believe we reached the end. I don't know where we're going, I just know where we've been. But baby, you don't have to hide no more. I believe we reached the end. Tell me what's on your mind. Is it something left behind? Or is it better left unsaid? Won't have no words of regret. Oh no, no. How do we live this way? Taking it day by day, like an angel falling behind. It's more than meets the eye. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But can I tell you one more time? But can I tell you one more time? Don't know where we're going, I just know where we've been. But baby, you don't have to hide no more. I believe we reached the end. I don't know where we're going, I just know where we've been. But baby, you don't have to hide no more. I believe we reached the end. I don't know where we're going, I just know where we've been. But baby, you don't have to hide no more. I believe we reached the end. Baby, I believe we've reached the end. Oh yeah, I believe we've reached the end. Honey, I believe we've reached the end. Oh yeah, oh.
Radio station, Robo DJ speaking.
Yeah, I'd like to make a request, please.
Robot doesn't know what request means.
You know what? That's fine. I think I'll just call WRFL Lexington. They have a live DJ on air 24/7. That's 88.1 FM, Radio Free Lexington.
So while we're waiting for the next DJ, I'm glad that we have a little bit of time just to give a good send-off to Bryant Carter for coming on the show. Thank you so much.